On 13th April 1919, a brutal massacre of Indians took place at Jallianwala Bagh. The soil of that place seemed soaked with blood. Hundreds of unarmed people had been killed. Yet the British Empire described it as an act of law and order. But within that same powerful imperial system, one Indian stood up, Chittoor Sankaran Nair. On one side was the vast British Empire and its administration, and on the other side stood a single Indian jurist who refused to let the truth be suppressed. Nair was not an ordinary person. He had served as the former president of the Indian National Congress, as a judge of the Madras High Court, and most importantly, as a member of the Viceroy's Executive Council, one of the highest positions any Indian could hold at that time. He believed in law and reform. He believed that justice and balance were possible even within British rule. But when the real reports of Jallianwala Bagh came out, hundreds of deaths, firing without warning, and the cold justification by the administration, his faith was shaken. Behind this entire act of repression was the Lieutenant Governor of Punjab, Michael O'Dwyer, and his administration, which defended the action. From within the system, Nair openly opposed it. He stated that this was not just an administrative mistake, but an insult to both law and morality. When he realized that the empire was not willing to listen to the truth, he took a step that was extremely rare at that time. He resigned from his position. This was not just a resignation, it was a moral challenge to the empire. A few years later, in his book Gandhi and Anarchy, he strongly criticized the events in Punjab and directly held Michael O'Dwyer responsible. In response, O'Dwyer filed a defamation case against him in a London court. The court ruled in favor of O'Dwyer and gave Nair two options: either apologize or pay a fine of £500. Nair could have apologized and ended the matter, but that would have meant turning his truth into a lie. Instead, he chose to pay the fine but refused to apologize. Legally, he lost the case, but in history, he achieved a different kind of victory, because sometimes standing with the truth itself is the greatest battle.